Hello and welcome everybody. It's JMayne Manson back again with another episode. Join me today as I do the 10 interview questions for content creators. So, to start it off, I wanted to have this episode because it's gonna help me align myself with exactly what message I want to put out into the world, and it's gonna help me introspect myself and to learn more about myself and to maybe clarify my dream even more of where I want to end up and what are my intentions with content creation. So let's get straight into the video. Question number 1. What inspired you to start creating content, and how has your inspiration evolved over time? So I think I might have cleared this in the previous videos that I did, but I could add something even more. So why did I choose to do content creation? I think the first reason is because I like to speak a lot. I like to express myself a lot, and I can talk for hours. Even my family, sometimes they get annoyed when I speak because I can talk for a very long time, especially when the conversation is deep, when it's a deep conversation and I can draw value from that conversation. Usually I would talk for like 2 hours or 1 hour. Just that sometimes I get too lazy to shoot a 1 hour video and have to edit the whole video. So I try to limit myself on how many ideas I can share with the world, maybe divide it into segments. So first reason is I felt like at one point, if I talk too much around people, sometimes I'm overthrown by the idea that I might be annoying people when I talk too much in person. And sometimes I spend majority of my time sitting at the crib and just being in my thoughts, and sometimes I have these crazy ideas that I just want to share with people, and then there's nobody around to share it because I usually am alone at the crib sometimes, and my parents are just at work and everybody else is busy with what they're doing. So sometimes I don't have the platform or the person to share them ideas with, right? So I felt content creation, number one, would be a voice for me. It would be my comfort zone and my personal space, and sort of my journal where I could say whatever I want to say, share the ideas that I wanted to share with the world, and not withhold anything back, and just be transparent and free, you know. Second reason why I wanted to create content is to be a voice for other people, because I understand sometimes the feeling that I have and the struggles and the trials that I go through. Some people are also going through the same challenges. So I feel like if my podcast is for my people, then I will be helping a fraction of people that I can be able to help. So that's why I decided to have a playlist or a section on my channel where I'm going to be inviting guests, because I believe there's some people that have such brilliant ideas, innovative and creative ideas, sitting with them at home and not having a voice to share it. Because a majority of us, I think we tend to believe that in my country, I am from Lesotho, you can see by the flag. So in Lesotho, if you want to have a huge voice, if you want to address a mass of people at the same time, the only way is if you have a setup, a content creation, or you have a camera, obviously, or you go through the radio. And quite frankly, not everybody has a good quality phone for them to sit and shoot video like I am. And not everybody has the courage to go to the TV stations and the radio stations to go broadcast whatever they want to say. And sometimes we are limited to what we can talk about if it's on live television or it's on live radio. So we don't really have that freedom. So I just felt like I will be a voice for other people. And third reason is I just love talking. I just love expressing myself. I love expressing my ideas. I love talking about stuff that people can relate to, and I love talking about stuff that people find maybe entertaining, or just in general what people can draw value from and significance from. If what I say somebody can learn from, that's good enough for me. That's one third reason why I decided to start content creation. Now, what inspired, how has the inspiration evolved over the years? I think so far, I think I draw inspiration from different places. Sometimes as I'm watching a video on Instagram, on YouTube, because I like to watch other content creators as they do their stuff, and then I try to draw inspiration from them. And because shout out to Mosa Grace as one cool YouTuber. She's a female. I think I watched her videos a couple of days ago and I just fell in love with everything she does. You should go check out her channel, Mosa Grace. And I try to watch other content creators when they do their thing, and just to learn, because sometimes because I edit my own videos as I make them. As I publish, I also have to edit my own videos. So sometimes I draw inspiration from other people who have done amazing edits on their videos, and then I try to find out or investigate on how to make my videos better, adding caption, what not to add, how to not make my videos text heavy or color heavy or effect heavy. So I tried to balance everything out. So yeah, I think my inspiration has evolved from merely just having a phone and wanting to do videos to finding an inspiration of how can I make this channel or how can I make this podcast a success for myself and for other people. How can I make it benefit me and other people? So I think my inspiration grows from having conversations with people, watching a video somewhere, watching a movie, watching an anime, everywhere. I just draw inspiration from anywhere. And question number 2, can you walk us through your content creation process from idea to final product? Just like how I draw inspiration from different locations, even the ideas as they come in various ways, in different ways, because funny enough, some of the ideas that I have in my sleep. When I'm sleeping, an idea might just pop up in my head, and then I have to wake up in the middle of the night to jot it down and to keep a record of it, just so when I wake up in the morning, I just set up my studio and then I'm up recording. So yeah, I think it's kind of fun how my ideas come. Sometimes I'll be cooking, sometimes I'll be just eating or just playing with my dog outside, doing something random, and then the idea just pops up and I'm like, okay, I could probably talk about this. Maybe I could address this. Yeah, so first I have to develop the idea in mind, obviously. And I have this one quote. It's a quote that I made up myself, being someone who likes creating stuff, because I believe I'm a creative mind with everything, not just content creation. I've done a bunch of stuff that requires talent and creativity. I've designed album covers. I've made music. I put out albums. I did a bunch of things, so a lot of them actually required me to be creative. So I do believe I'm a creative person. And so sometimes I have to be creative. And there's one quote I have says, if you have to force it, then it's probably not creativity. What I mean by that quote is, being a naturally creative person, the ideas come naturally to you. If you have to force something in the name of saying, I'm trying to be creative, it's not creativity. You just forced an idea out. You just made your mind work overtime, and 2 times harder for you to generate an idea. But for creative people, it comes naturally. We don't have to force anything. So if you have to force it, then it's probably not creative at the same time. So question number 3. What's the most challenging aspect of being a content creator, and how do you tackle it? I think I also addressed this in the video that I did about content creation and some of the problems and challenges that come with content creation. So obviously, these are very common challenges that I think every creative or content creator comes across. Being stuck up, it's almost like writer's block for people who make music and people who are in the writing industry, maybe the literature industry, or just the poetry industry, or just in that phase or in that system where it requires you to put your work in a form of words sometimes, either rapping, writing music, or whatever, writing poems. It's almost like writer's block. Sometimes the ideas ordinarily are not there for the day. You just wake up one random day and the ideas are not there. You don't have anything original, anything fun, anything entertaining, anything genuine to put out. And I've come to work with that to say it's okay to not have something to say all the time. You don't always have to speak. Sometimes I've seen that when I don't have an idea, it means I probably don't have information. I'm probably not feeding my mind information for it to generate new ideas. So one way I try to tackle not having ideas and that kind of a challenge is obviously reading books. Turning my phone off for a while, going outside and doing something that's more locomotive, moving my body, maybe go to the gym, pump a few weights, stuff like that. And yeah, I think just clearing the brain fog, sometimes it helps clear up everything else of when I'm met up with a problem. So yeah, I try to go off the social media and go off the camera for a little bit, just turn off everything and just be outside, because I'm one of those people who likes to enjoy nature, like looking at the sky, looking at the moons, the stars and everything. I love nature. I just love being outside. And then question number 4, how do you stay original and avoid burnout in such a fast-paced, ever-changing environment? I try to stay original by being original, if that's the question. I think being original is more of, again, you don't have to force being original. I think the simplest way I could explain how I am able to be original and be myself is, first you gotta know who you are. You gotta have your identity in check. You have to really understand the kind of person you are, because one thing that prevents people from being themselves is not finding out who they are. And one other thing, I think my dad taught me this and I forever remember it. Between the ages of maybe 18 and 25, that's the age of confusion. Me and my dad, we call it the age of confusion, because that's the age where we don't even know who we are. And unfortunately for some people, it even extends to 30 years. And yeah, it's quite unfortunate. But I'm at the age where I don't even know who I am. My character, my personality, and my whole identity is not yet solidified. So I don't stress myself. I don't worry myself about do I look perfect in front of the camera? Am I speaking the right language? Do I say the words right? Do I have the correct accent? Will people like the way I look? Which is why my first episodes, when I started this video, I did shoot a few videos while I was ill, while I had the thing around the eczema around my lips. It's because I did understand that being sick is a phase. It's not permanent. Well, there are permanent diseases and life-threatening diseases, but the one I had, it was just a skin condition and many other things. Because one other thing I try to channel my mind with is nobody's perfect. That's number one. And the way I am, the way I'm black, the way I speak, my teeth, my eyes, everything, it's art, right? This is God. This is God's work. This is God's art, right? He made me specifically like this for a reason. He had a reason why I had to be this way. So try to analyze where you are in life. Try to analyze if you are at the right age where your identity is solidified and it's sure, where you're 100% sure that you have fully developed. If not, stop worrying about if you look perfect, bruh. You will never look perfect. Question number 5. What tools and software do you find indispensable for your content creation and why? Obviously, I think it's one of the obvious things. My microphone, right? It's my microphone is the first one. I think there's no podcast without a microphone, because even if you don't buy this external microphone, your phone has a microphone. If you don't have a microphone, we won't hear what you're saying. What I mean, it's as simple as that. And then second is a good camera quality. a good camera. Because in as much as we can hear the words you say, in as much as you guys can hear the words I'm saying, I think it's very important for you to also see some visuals, some good quality visuals, right? So that's why I option for maybe 720 pixels, 1080 pixels, or maybe 2K or 4K quality. Those are the best qualities, I think, so far that I've had an opportunity to work with. And I think I would suggest those. If I was a media doctor or someone of a technician, I would suggest those kind of qualities. So it's my microphone, then it's a good quality camera, because I use this one because it has the best quality so far. I've been able to deliver the best of quality with this one. And this is my phone. I'm actually using my phone. For people who might be interested to know how am I publishing good quality content, I'm using my phone's camera. This is not a camera, it's my phone. But I do have a camera in hand. It also has a good quality. It's a Canon camera. It's a PowerShot SX400 IS. So I try to use this for pictures and sometimes for videos because it also has a good camera quality. So I try to switch between those. And I think that's all. There's so many things that a content creator requires that are indispensable, that are so necessary. But I try to not talk about a few things like interfaces and sound cards. Yes, I do have a sound card, but I try not to focus on those because that's one of the things that will demotivate upcoming content creators like me, to say you don't need everything to start. When I started off, I didn't have a camera, I didn't have a sound card, I never had this microphone, I never had anything. I only had my phone to work with, but I still started anyway. I tried to find a better way to work with my phone, and currently it's going well. So you need to believe in yourself and dedicate yourself to your content, to your work, and everything else will come together as you work your way up. So yeah, I think those are the important ones. I'm not going to talk about other things like PCs and laptops and stuff like that. Those are just the luxuries that come with being a content creator, right? And then question number 6, how do you measure the success of your content and what metrics do you focus on? All right. I did also point this out in my videos that I was in the phase where I was so overly obsessed with statistics and analytics of how my video has performed, the likes, views, comments, and everything like that. But I'm still trying to easily and slowly try to drive off that, to stay away from that, because it kind of flips my mind sometimes. It makes me go crazy sometimes. So the way I measure my success, right, is I try to, at the end of publishing my video, and maybe at the end of editing and publishing and uploading my video on YouTube, on different platforms, I try to sit back and say, how did this video make me feel after uploading it? That's the first question I ask as I try to measure my success. How did I feel about this video? Besides the comments and the reactions and everything, how did it make me feel? What outcome did it bring for me emotionally and mentally? At what state do I find myself in after making that particular video? So that's how I try to measure my success. And one way I try to do so is to measure the success is, has it changed somebody's life? Did it make somebody laugh today? Did it make someone introspect themselves, think deep about their life situation and whatnot? So I try to focus on the impact of my video. What effect did it have? What impact did it have? What are the outcomes of making such a video? Because right now, as I'm saying this, I'm contemplating, I'm thinking about what this video is going to do for somebody else, right? So that's one way I try to measure my success. And many other different ways that maybe I'm not going to go into detail with, but yeah, I use different methods to measure my success. And then what matrices do I focus on? I try not to focus on a lot. Like I just said, like the analytics and the comments and whatnot, I try not to focus on those. So I don't really focus on any matrices. So yeah. And then question number 7. Can you share a particular piece of content that didn't perform as well as you hoped? What did you learn from this experience? I won't remember what video that was, right? But okay, I think I just did. The video where I was talking about what it's like to live with eczema, I think it has 17 views so far, and I did not expect it to perform like that. But I think one thing that I keep myself consistent with doing is eventually I will put out a video that's gonna blow up. Eventually I will put out a video with an expectation linked to it, and it will perform like I wanted it to, or even more than that. So yeah, I did not expect that video to perform at like 17 or 18 views, but I'm very thankful for the 45 subscribers I have. I should repeat that. I'm very thankful to everybody who has subscribed to my channel and subscribed to all my other different platforms and following, because I currently hold 800 followers on Facebook, so that's kind of crazy too. Yeah. So I'm still very optimistic about my videos, and still hoping that eventually I will make content that's even better, even more HD, and like more focused on some of the aspects that I need to be focusing on. And one thing that I learned from this is I need to keep going. Disappointments are part of life. Being disappointed, flopping, and making mistakes, and putting out a product that you don't even like yourself, or putting out a product and then it fails, is also still part of life. And I have grown so much to be in acceptance when bad things happen, because I know they happen for a reason, and I just have to derive or extract a lesson from that bad experience. So one important thing that I've learned in all of this is to keep being consistent. Consistency is key. I may not be the best content creator. I may not be the biggest, the most famous, the most content creator that makes the highest quality videos. But if I'm the most consistent, I have something. So I realized I don't have to wait for everything to be perfect for me to start, for me to continue. I just have to be consistent. Everything else would sort itself as I go forward. So that's still pretty cool. And then question number 8. How do you balance creating content that you enjoy with How do you balance creating content that you enjoy with content that your audience demands? So far, I'm on vacation, right? So far, I haven't gotten any demands from my subscribers. I don't have a niche that requires certain things from me, unless you guys start commenting on my videos of what you want me to talk about. Until then, I will be laid back. I'm still on vacation.
And I say this without any fear of contradiction. We are cruising nicely. So, we have no nightmares.
I don't have that stress yet to say I should be publishing out this kind of content and stuff like that. You guys are the only people who let me know if you don't like the content I make, what content I should make, and stuff like that. So up until this far, I'm still able to balance it quite well. So far at this point that I'm in, I make content that I enjoy, and then it somehow happens that the people who watch my content also enjoy the content I'm making. So yeah, so far I'm still trying to make content that I enjoy, that I love, because I still go back to my videos. I don't just shoot videos and throw them on YouTube. No, I'm not doing that. I go back, I revisit my videos, I watch some of my olden videos, and then I just laugh at them maybe before I go to bed, and then I watch how some of my videos are so stupid, and then I just laugh at them. So I still put dedication and love into my videos. I'm not just throwing them on YouTube like it's a trash can or something. So yeah, I still love going back to my content and videos. And then question number 9, what role does feedback from your audience play in your content creation, and how do you handle criticism? So far, nobody has told me that my content is trash. I'm still waiting for that comment, and I am very well prepared to deal with such comments, such critics. But so far, I've gotten compliments on my videos. And the way I handle comments is every time somebody tells me something positive, I keep on going. I increase my speed, I increase my dedication, I increase the muscle, the flex, the power, the horsepower. I I just increase everything. I just go 10 times harder. And every time I get a critic, because I have gotten critics on some of the work I've done, so I can relate those experiences to this experience. Every time somebody tells me something bad, I'm more than grateful. I smile when somebody tells me how bad I'm performing, because it helps me go back and analyze on why would this person say my content is bad? What did I miss? I'm not one of those people who start getting angry when somebody tells me, your videos are trash, your videos are bad, the sound quality is whatnot. When you tell me something negative, I use it as a construct. It's negative criticism. It's a positive. I turn it to be a positive. I try to make it a more constructive comment or issue or critic. So when you tell me that something that I performed, that I made is bad, I just go back and analyze what I didn't do right. Then I fix it. Then I grow. Yeah, other than just sitting there pissed off, wanting to slide on the ups, stuff like that, nah. I just go back, reanalyze my steps, then we try to find a different way to move forward. Right. And then, have you ever collaborated with other creators? How did that experience influence your work? Well, I'm still yet to do that. We're still on the edge. We're still on the road to having collaborations. I'm still currently working on that. Like I explained, we have a playlist where I'm going to be collaborating with different people, where I'm going to be inviting guests. The playlist is already on there. I already have it on YouTube. I already have it set on public. The description is on there, so I'm almost on the edge to start collaborating with people, because I do believe certain ideas could come from collaborating with people, right? Different ideas are going to come from collaborating with other artists, other people, other content creators. I will learn something different. So yes, I'm still working to collaborate. I haven't collaborated with anyone yet. And how did that experience influence your work? It's still yet to influence my work, like I said. Right. And then that's the last of the 10 questions that I'm answering today. And if you liked this episode, once again, hit that like button and subscribe if you agree with some of the content I talked about. Even if you don't agree, let me know what you did not agree about, and then maybe I could try to fix up the errors that I make, or the mistakes that I made, or just some of the points that I missed. And see you guys in the next episode.